1.
Well, good morning, Algebra 1. Today we're going to be solving inequalities by graphing, all right? And the way we're going to do this is we're just going to graph each inequality and see what happens. So for number 4 here, we've got a system of inequalities here. Y is less than 2x minus 1 and y is greater than 2 minus x. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we need to graph that top line. And we know that, let me see, give me 1 second here. So we see y equals 2x minus 1, so we know that negative 1 is the y-intercept. We know that our slope is 2 over 1, so we go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. And we also know that that is a dotted line because there's no extra mark down there. The extra mark make it dark. That extra mark is not there. So it's not going to be, it's just going to be a dotted line like that. Now, the next thing we have to do is decide how to shade, all right? This is something we've done before. This is not new stuff. So we've got, this is y is less than, so we need to shade below that line. And when we do that, that's what it's going to look like, all right? So this is the top equation, top inequality, I'm sorry. Now let's graph that bottom inequality. Now we're going to do just a little bit of work here to get this actually in slope-intercept form, but we've got y equals 2 minus x, and if we kind of split this up, we see that that's a negative x and a positive 2. So let's just rewrite that to y is greater than negative x plus 2. Y is greater than negative x plus 2. So we see that positive 2 is our y-intercept. Negative x, that's a negative 1. So I'd go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. There's no extra mark down here. That mark isn't there. So it is going to be a dotted line. So we would just have a dotted line in here. And that's y is greater than, so we would have to shade above. All right, now let me give you a better picture of what that would actually look like. So here in yellow, that's what that line looked like. Again, it was a dotted line, and we have to shade above. All right, now let's talk about what this means. All right. This is probably the only example I'm going to give you because I'm assuming that we already know how to graph the inequalities themselves. We know how to graph the lines, and then you just need to decide whether it's solid or dotted and shade above or below. Remember, if it's greater than, you need to shade above. If it's less than, you need to shade below. All right? And if there's the extra mark underneath it, greater than or equal to, then it's going to be a solid line. All right, less than or equal to, it would be a solid line. Okay, so we know how to graph those lines, but let's talk about what it means. So we know that, let me come back here, this red line and this shading, those were all of the answers to the top equation, okay? And what that means specifically, let's make sure that we understand that also. Everything down here in the shaded region is a solution. That's a solution to that inequality. Solution, that's true. That's a solution to the inequality. Solution, 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 not a solution, okay? It has to be in the shaded region to be a solution, but if it's in the shaded region, it's a solution. So we come back to this, and let's talk about this. So we know that, sorry about this. So we know that with our red line, our red inequality, all of our solutions are over here where it was shaded, right? And we know that with our yellow inequality, I'll make it orange so we can see it a little bit better, every place that the yellow was shaded is a solution, okay? So I want to know where is the area that is a solution to both of these inequalities. Well, the area that's a solution to both of these inequalities is the area that is shaded by both of them, that is double shaded and that is this area up here. Okay? So where is the solution to that system of inequalities? It's where I've shaded blue. All right? So let's make sure we understand this. Step number 1 is graph the top inequality. All right? Draw the line, decide whether it's solid or dotted, and then whether you shade above or below. Step number 2 is to graph the bottom inequality. Whoops, I'm sorry about that. The bottom inequality. Decide whether it's solid or dotted and shaded above or below. And then step 3 is to find the one area, the one spot that is shaded by both. Now, your assignment on Math Excel, you're going to have to make sure that that is the only place that's shaded. Okay, you'll have to unshade the other two parts. So unshade that. This area right here would be the only area that's shaded. Graph the top inequality, graph the bottom inequality, find the area that's double shaded. That's your answer. All right, you've got it. Good luck. Experiencing technical difficulties here.